and a sword will pierce through your own soul also, so that the thoughts from many hearts may be revealed. The Blessed Virgin Mary of Sorrows, 15th of September, Wednesday reflection. My dear friends, we reflected about the power of cross yesterday, and that tree which betrayed the humanity in the Garden of Eden, the tree of life, tree of knowledge, and beneath that tree there was Eve, and the tree of life which out of obedience gave life to all humanity. Beneath that tree, the tree of cross, was New Eve, Mother Mary. So we reflect upon her sorrow. She is not a superwoman. She is not an extraordinary character. She is not a goddess. She is just like you and me, my dear friends. But then the pain that she had to go through is enormous. It is too much. It was so hard on her. So that's exactly why Simon is saying, blessed, and Simon blessed them and said to Mary, his mother, and a sword will pierce through your own soul, heart also, so that thoughts of many will be revealed. Your heart will be pierced with a sword. Of course, if you happen to see a statue of Virgin Mary or picture of Virgin Mary of Sorrows, where it has 7 daggers piercing her heart. It was a difficult time when she gave complete yes to the Lord. As if she has said yes to the cross. Because out of disobedience, Eve persuaded Adam to eat the forbidden fruit. And the all of the humanity was destroyed. You find in John chapter 2, wedding at Cana, when Jesus said, "This is not my time," which means the time of glory. Glory is a cross. Time for him to suffer. So he never performed the public miracle because his time was not due then. So he was silent. But then who pushed Jesus into that situation to do the first miracle? As if the sand clock is turned topsy-turvy. The moment you start it, the stopwatch is on. Stopwatch to the point of death. The moment that he performed the miracle, the days were numbered. The time bomb started. That it clicked by the Mother Mary, New Eve, because history has to reconcile. History has to be healed. Because of a woman, humankind fell. Because of a woman, whole humanity is going to say yes. New Adam is Jesus, where he is going to pay the ransom because of New Eve. She practically pushed him to the situation. So by doing that, the amount of pain that he had to go through is terrible. We celebrate the sorrow of Mary, the terrible pain that she had to go through. The first reading beautifully says, in the days of his flesh, Jesus offered up prayers and supplications with loud cries and tears to him who was able to save him from death. And he was heard because of his reverence. Although he was Son of Man, he was a son. He learned obedience through what he suffered. And being made perfect, he became the source of eternal salvation to all who obey him. So see the power of pain. He learned obedience through suffering. Because the moment you say yes to the Lord, you have to say no to yourself. Suffering is that, isn't it? So it's when you suffer, it's different, my dear friends. So just take this tissue. So it's there. I mean, there is no problem as long as there is no tug of war. There is no your will and his will. There is only your will. There is no problem. The moment you surrender yourself to his will, only this thing has to tear off. It tears. Because his will and your will, it tears you apart. It tears you apart, my dear friends. It's difficult. And Jesus learned obedience through suffering. And he prayed to the Father, if possible, take this cup away from me. Imagine if the son is struggling like that. A mother who takes care of the son, who fed the son, who gave milk to the son. The amount of suffering she had to go through. When she sees the son, sees her own son struggle on the cross, in agony in the garden of Gethsemane, the way he struggled, mother feels it. My dear friends, she never, according to John Gospel of John, she never left the son. In the public ministry, he went to Galilee with him after the wedding at Cana. That's where he started the public ministry. So she was throughout the journey, according to John. So at the end of the journey, beneath the cross, she was there. So everything what happened, all what happened to Jesus, she also felt so. Sometimes she would have felt more. Imagine, you suffer, or you see your loved one is suffered. Whose suffering is more? I mean, how can a mother bear to see his son suffer like that? At the end of the story, the dead body is kept on Mother Mary's lap. And that was height of pain she had to go through. A dead body, cold, dead, lifeless body is on her lap. And it was terrible, my dear friends. She had to go through this terrible pain. But with a reason. Because she wanted to save the world. She saw the meaning in that suffering. If she had Jesus only for herself, she would never love him to suffer. But then she had to give her son away. Give her son away completely. So anyway, she had to go through that. And on the cross we find Jesus is giving that mother to us. Behold your mother. That's the gospel today. Behold your mother. And she's going to teach you what? She's going to teach you. And the way to suffer. The way to suffer. How to suffer. The reason why you should suffer. She taught that to Jesus. And she supported him. So she became a strength. In the fourth station we find Jesus meeting his own mother, where she never grumbled, became a stumble block. Rather, she supported him to take the cross and move on until she just did the will of the Father. So we need her. We need her. Not to get the things done, no, more than that. To accept, she was at the foot of the cross. Learn teaching, giving strength to the new Adam. To take the cross, to say yes to the Lord. So we need her in our own pain and suffering. At the beneath of us in situation and this incident. To teach us, to persuade us, to encourage us that we have to suffer. There is no other way. You learn obedience through suffering, and that suffering has power. Let's learn from our mother. Amen. May God bless you.